Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi everyone. So today our group would like to present about the determination of calcium content in milk through the precipitation that are presented by group 3. So our group is consists of the team members of me, which is Tuan Nur Ari Syaridani binti Tuan Nur Syaruzani, Iman bin Muhammad Razam, and also Nurul Ain Natasha binti Bistaman. Before we start with our presentation, let's take a look at the chemistry corner here. So did you know that a glass of milk contains an important mineral called calcium that helps to build a strong bones and also teeth? But how do the scientists determine the amount of calcium in milk? One classical analytical method we can use is a gravimetric analysis.
Alright guys, Assalamualaikum. Today I will be presenting our experiment on the determination of calcium content in milk using the precipitation method. Calcium is an essential mineral that play an important role in maintaining healthy bone and teeth, as well as supporting muscle contraction and nerve function. Therefore, determine its concentration is important for quality control and nutritional analysis. In this experiment, calcium ion present in milk are precipitate as calcium oxalate. The precipitate is then heat to convert into calcium oxide CaO. Finally, the mass of calcium oxide obtained is used to calculate the calcium content in the milk sample through psychometric analysis.
So now we move to the background of the applications of this method. So this is why calcium is important and why we need to analyze its content. Calcium is an essential mineral required for bone and also teeth development, muscle contraction, nerve function, and blood clotting. Since milk is one of the major dietary sources of calcium, determining its calcium content is important for quality control, nutritional assessment, and verification of product labeling. Therefore, gravimetric analysis can be used to accurately determine the calcium content that present in the milk sample. Next, we move to the background and theory of this method. So, milks contain essential minerals, including calcium, which is important for bone formation, muscle contraction, and also the nerve transmission. The calcium ion Ca2 plus in milk can be precipitated using ammonium oxalate solution to form insoluble calcium oxalate. There's also the conversion reaction as I attached below, and the mass of CEO obtained is used to determine the calcium content in milk. So now we move to the methodology of this method, which is first of all, we need to measure a known volume of milk sample, and then we need to add ammonium oxalate solution to precipitate the calcium ions. After that, we need to allow the precipitate to settle completely and also filter the precipitate using a filter paper. Wash the precipitate with distilled water to remove its impurities and also dry the precipitate. Then, we need to heat strongly in a furnace to convert calcium oxalate into a calcium oxide. We need to cool it in a desiccator. Lastly, we need to weigh the crucible that contains CaO, and also we need to calculate the calcium content using stoichiometric relationships. Now, we move to the advantages and also disadvantages of this method. As we can see, the advantages is that we have high accuracy, low cost, high precision, and also it is reliable references method. But unfortunately, we have also disadvantages, which is it can be low accurate, higher costing, limited to the precipitate analytes, and also sensitive to the contamination. This is the example of the result that we can use to determine the calcium content in a milk. Since we have been discussing about the gravimetric factor to determine the calcium content in milk, we need to show our calculation by using GF or gravimetric factor. Gravimetric factor formula is molar mass of calcium over the molar mass of calcium oxide, and we obtain the mass of calcium oxide, which is 0.28 gram, molar mass of calcium 40.08 G per mole, molar mass of calcium oxide 56.08 G per mole, and we get the GF of that, which is the answer is 0.7140. And also we can obtain the mass of calcium by multiply it, and we get the answer of 0.2001 gram. Thus, mass of calcium in milk sample is 200.1 mg.
Lastly, we move to a conclusion. Gravimetric analysis is a reliable, accurate, quantitative method to find the amount of calcium present in milk, the precipitation of calcium as calcium oxalate, and its subsequent conversion to calcium oxide on heating to allow the determination of its weight was carried out in the lab. The analysis shows that gravimetric analysis gives precise values and a method useful in food quality control, specifically in analyzing the calcium content of dairy product as milk.